Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, depending on where you are in the world. My name is Alexander Cummings, and I love the Independent Minds for a Better Liberia. And I encourage you to listen on Kear Radio 95.9 FM to be informed, to be challenged, to be provoked, to think about Liberia in a new and different way.
Okay. Good morning. My name is Munal Kishen, aka the General. And George, are you there? Can you hear me loud and clear?
Yes, General, I can hear you loud and clear.
Okay, this is another beautiful day, and we'll be having a nice show. I got with me some very important person will be coming on today with me while we join me. And for those of you who are listening to me by way of radio and Facebook and YouTube, I just want to say thank you and good morning, good afternoon. Welcome to the Independent Minds. This is where we have conversation, an honest conversation with responsible citizens. Here we choose dialogue over division, country over power. An independent mind does not insult, it asks questions. It does not devour, we seek understanding. The Liberian future will not be shaped by noise, but by wisdom. So if you have that wisdom, you are part of it. And this is not a blind loyalty game that we'll be playing today. Today, I have with me a very important person, the ANC Diaspora Chairman. His name is Dr. Emmanuel George. He's an active discussion guide. He been in the vanguard for a very long time. His mind is clean, and he's a patriot. He understands governance. He understands accountability. You sometimes will see him on the Spoon Network. He's all over the place. When it comes to Liberia, he's passionate. He's a patriot. And so let's us take this time to welcome Dr. George. How are you, Dr. George? Dr. George, can you hear me?
Yeah,
okay, good. Yes, I woke you up this morning. Yeah, that's a good thing. At least I took you off your bed. You see how it look like? If you want for the people in Liberia to hear you by this time, you should get up very early. And if you wanted to hear you in the night, you gotta maybe come on and by 5 o'clock or so. So how are you today, Dr. George?
I've been very, very fine, General. How are you doing?
Thank God. We can't complain. That's the struggle we're in. And this is the Independent Minds for a better Liberia. And for those of you who are listening, and this program has nothing to do with the Kear Network, I just want to make it clear. It's only Independent Minds who sponsoring it. It's not Mr. Cummings sponsoring it. People who sat down and they said, let's give Kishen something to do. So that is why we come here every day. And for those of you who are listening again, as usual, we want you to have that open mind. We want you to think out of the box. We know we are not campaigning. This is not campaigning time, but we got to educate our people, because if we don't do that, there will be a problem. We got our young people out there. They stay passing around. Yes, we all voted for somebody come last election. I'm a proud supporter of Alex Cummings, and I owe no apology for that. And for those of you who voted for CDC, UP, and voted for other parties, it is your right. It was your right to do so. You owe no one apology, but we want you to have that open mind. Is your life better today than yesterday? We don't want no insult. We don't want you to just come up here and criticize people. We'll open the lines. But before we do so, I will go to my guest, Dr. George. You hear me sometimes calling him Emmanuel George. He's a doctor. He got a PhD but that his title. Sometimes we gotta respect that. But Georgie, how are you
Yes.
again?
I'm
Our
doing fine,
topic
General.
today is on collaboration. Yes.
Yeah.
So give your opening before I even start to talk to you. You have the mic. Say what you want to say right now. This is I give you authority to say whatever you want to say. Speak to the Liberian people. Speak to the common person. Talk to them. Tell them, hey, I know you've been doing it on Spoon, but this one is early by this time. So go ahead.
Good morning, fellow Liberians. Good morning, and thank you for allowing us to be in your homes this morning, listening to us on the radio station in Liberia, whatsoever part of the country you're listening to. We are extremely grateful to be with you this morning. My name is Emmanuel G.K. George. I am a very strong, unrepentant partisan of the Alternative National Congress. I support the agenda of the Alternative National Congress and its manifesto, and I support the leadership led by the political leader, Mr. Alexander Benedict Cummings. This morning, we'll be having a conversation about political parties. I will be asked questions. I will be answering them. But one thing I want you to take from here is that look at your future. 20 years ago, in 2005, this democratic dispensation started in our country. In the meantime, this same dispensation started in other countries in West Africa, in Ghana, in Nigeria, in Sierra Leone, our next door neighbor. But when you start to take an analysis of West Africa, you find out that instead of Liberia moving ahead of the pack, other countries are passing on. Even Sierra Leone, a few years ago, about 10 years ago, were way ahead of Sierra Leone in almost every developmental aspect. But currently, Sierra Leone is ahead of us when it comes to rules, development, economic development, and other things. It's not that we Liberians cannot do it. It's not that something is wrong with Liberia. It's just that it's leadership. It's the leadership we elect. And let me not be hard on you, the electorate, because you have over and over tried to change our politician. But you have only been doing this in two things. When you look at the senatorial elections and the election of the members of the House of Representatives, every 6 years, you have changed at least 80 to 85% of the members of the House of Representatives. About 90%, every 9 years, about 90 to 95% of the members of the Senate. But we continue to elect the same old people as President of the Republic of Liberia. This time, we need to change that dynamic. We need to look for an alternative. In the last 20 years, there are two parties that have governed our country. One has been the Unity Party that led 12 years under Madam Ellen Johnson Sirleaf, and we recently gave them a 6 years mandate. And the Congress of Democratic Change. But we have seen that under the two parties, our country seems not to have progressed to where we want it to be, where it should be. And that's the reason I will be offering you the National Congress led by Mr. Alexander Benedict Cummings, a son of Liberia, a son who started his life in the slums of Point Four. And he has been blessed. He has made it. He went to demonstrations elementary school. Later was blessed to go to the College of West Africa. And he has been blessed by the grace of God through his intelligence, his thinking, and the help of God to have gone to the highest layer of the corporate world. We believe that he can help transform Liberia. He has the ideas, he has the ways. In fact, if you all remember, during his first election, the 2017 election, he predicted and he said very clearly that the Liberian economy was strong enough to have a budget of over $1 billion. He said that many, many years ago. But as soon as in the recent budget, that the vision of Mr. Alexander Benedict Cummings was caught up by the Unity Party-led government. And currently we have a budget of $1.2 billion. Just imagine if you have elected him president in 2017 when he proposed that the budget would be would be over $1 billion, where we have been now. But he offering you another prophetic deliverance again, that he's going to create 100,000 jobs per year for 6 years of his That is 600,000 jobs. No government in the Republic of Liberia since 2005, 20 years ago when this new democratic dispensation started, have been able to create reliable jobs for our people. And this is what the Alternative National Congress is offering you. Look at you this morning, wherever you are. Sure, you are looking for jobs. This year alone, we'll be graduating over 5 to 10,000 students from all the universities and high school in Liberia. And all those students will not have hope of getting a job. Maybe only 2% of them or 1% of them will have the hope. And the only reason they will have a hope is because of the connection to government or the connection to someone somewhere. So this is what we need to change in our country. We need to make sure that you have job to do. You don't have to be going from office to put food on your table. You don't have to wake up in the morning thinking about where the next meal will come from or how you're going to pay your kids' school fees, or have a list of people that you're going to call in the diaspora that is going to assist you. Some of them will pick up your calls. Some of them will not pick up your calls because they don't have unlimited resources to assist you. And this morning, I'm joining my friend Monique Kishan, the general, to discuss and have the conversation. You can ask questions if you want to, but the best alternative we have is the Alternative National Congress, and we're offering you that opportunity. Join us on this train wherever you are. Our office is on the Oro. You can get out there and meet our leaders, and this will help you to move forward. Thank you.
All right. Thank you, Emmanuel. I appreciate everything. And you have said it all. And if I give you the chance, you will just continue going and going and going. But that's a good thing. For those of you who listen, this is Emmanuel George. He's the chairman for ANC in America, in the whole America. They can say the diaspora, but he's the chairman. Now, we got chairperson, we got to chair the leadership in Liberia. Mr. George, before we go to this collaboration topic, everybody who have been calling this station, they said, some people say, we can't blame Mr. Cummings. The party is not moving. We can't feel the party. Everybody called and complain about that. They say, oh, I live in the district, but you don't even feel the party. CDC got the numbers. UP got the numbers. Whether we like it, that people will stay there, they will go. If they go to election right now, they will go to second round. And at the end of the day, they will decide, Liberian will decide. Most of the callers now are saying they need the third person to bring in. And when I open the lines, most of them call Mr. Cummings' name. People from UP, CDC, even people who voted for UP, they are tired. They're tired with these two parties. What the ANC is doing for people to feel them in the community. You in America, you play your role. And trust me, all you need to do is to give them money. But you can't be in America and in the Liberia at the same time. If I say to Liberia now, you will be all in a slum because you understand what it means about working. In America, you wear your jeans, you go home. By this time, you assume you're going to work. But the people say in Liberia, they're both relaxing. We can't see the ANC. We want for Mr. Cummings to win, but we can't see nobody in the community. The youth are the only people that are trying. So what will you say about that? What the party is the party really doing something, or you need to push? They really need to work, or we got a lot of work to do.
Yes, I would like our people in Liberia to understand one thing, the general. If election is held today, the CDC will be about 20 steps ahead of us. The Union Party will be about 18 steps ahead of us. That's the percentage if you look at the election results from 2005 up to now. That's the step they're ahead of us. We are doing catch-up. We are running to hit that sum. The last survey that was done on Spoon TV shows that we are about 17. So that means we're 3 steps behind the CDC right now. And we are about 1 step behind the Unity Party. That did not come from out of the blue. It comes from the work that many members of the Alternative National Congress are doing on the ground. It may look slow, but I think it's at the level of what we say in Liberia, slow but sure. It may look slow, but it's sure. You have the youth chair that was elected at last. Oh, let me just piggyback. When we went to the elections in 2023, the Liberian people labeled our party, the Alternative National Congress, and our political leader, Mr. Alexander Cummings, as being a greedy politician. That he thought he knew everything. He refused to be vice president to the current president, President Joseph Boakai. We had all those labels on us. At the end of the election, if we have just jumped out and started rushing as political party, as we did in 2018, these questions would have been plaguing us. So what the ANC did was to allow this governance to play out, to give Mr. Boakai and his team an opportunity to lead. So if you look at this current political cycle that we are in right now, we gave Mr. Burka up to a year and a half as compared to 2018. If you all remember 2018, after the election when Mr. Weah was inaugurated, we started with different things. Almost every month there was something going on. But we're kind of slow because of all the labor that was put together. And what we collaborated as a political party. We went to convention in October of 2025. And at that convention, a new team of leadership was put together and a new set of amendment was done to the ANC constitution. So after that convention, there was new crop of leaders. We have the young man, Aliyu, who is the head of our youth wing. He has been moving from community to communities. In fact, he has been leading on this drug issue that is plaguing our nation. In the last couple of weeks, he has been visiting every district in Montserrado County. He made a trip as far as Plebo, Maryland County to resuscitate our youth. We are reestablishing our county leadership in Liberia. A new leadership was put in place, and there will be new leadership again being put in place in most of the counties, bringing people on board. Our chairman, after the elections, unfortunately, he became the October election. He was bereaved. He lost his mother. And after that, he lost his mother, he had a newborn baby coming to his family. But since the beginning of this year, he has been giving marching order. First, the political leader gave us a marching order in December 2025, and then the chairman came on board. And in the last couple of weeks, he has been giving marching order. This week, the chairman is going to be up on the networks. He's going to be moving around this week to different networks. He's going to be speaking. But there work going on the ground. Mr. Cummings, the political leader, has made the rounds on most of the leading radio station, including this radio station that we're speaking on, where he have a very, very great interviews. And if you have listened, I talk about the job that he said he would create, that the party is going to be creating through our manifesto and our agenda for the country, 100,000 jobs per year. But not only that, the political leader also actively said that Liberians are going to experience the ANC bringing investors in the country. Because if you all look at the economy of our country right now, the Unity Party government have no idea how to bring investors in the country. They have not won a single major investment since they came into being. What they have done is been lavishing our resources out, or sourcing our resources to people who have questionable character. For example, the $320 million Passport road for giving to a Sierra Leonean firm, a next to firm where it could have been given to Liberian firms. That the Sierra Leone developed this firm. They invested heavily in this company that we have given $320 million to. But instead of us investing, expanding Liberian business so that we can create Liberian jobs, we gave this contract to a Sierra Leonean firm who is taking loan that we can give as a government to develop Liberian businesses. So the party has been we have not been as active as we should be, but we have been making strides in Montserrado County, I know in Maryland County, and the vice chair operation is picking up. Recently, I received a plan. We have a new vice chair of mobilization, Mr. Tonia have come up. Tonia Farm-led, he has come up from Grand Cape County to has been appointed as the vice chair of mobilization. There's a great plan he has in place. I think this week we are visiting the mosque to celebrate with our Muslim brother in the month of Ramadan. Where party leaders are Muslims, the political party will be supporting them and supporting those communities as they celebrate the month of Ramadan, so that they can have, at the end of the fast, they can have resources they need to strengthen themselves for the next day of the fast in this month of Ramadan. Again, I also want to wish all my Muslim brothers happy Ramadan, and may Allah hear our prayers.
All right. And I know you've been working behind the scene, but the people are saying again, we're not feeding you. We're not seeing ANC nowhere. They accept, they say we see the young people talking about it, but we're still not feeding. You think we got a lot of work to do? You think as ANC members, every member has a responsibility. You think the party need to go out there? And another thing they said again, they say when ANC ready to bring social intellectuals, people that even if they come in your community, they worry when they see the water. And when they're speaking, we don't understand them. They say, Mr. Cummings, the ANC gets so educated people, they think they know more than us. Some of them, we can see them in La Papido, we can see them to the Kobo shop. We see our same friends, but when they read it, all the things we're talking will go and bring somebody in their community that can't even gather one person, that the person will make chairman in their community. Why we can't go for the common man, influential common man that they can relate to, instead of bringing this in? And one of them mentioned the other time you brought Louis Brown. You get Winston, when he's speaking, we don't understand him. He know how to write, but he can't relate to us as ordinary people. What do you say about that?
Yeah, as a political party, we are a brand, and we are a mixture of different people. We have people who are eloquent. We have people who may not be heard. We have people who are financial backers of the party. So we have different kinds of people in our political party, and that's what makes us unique. And yes, I will agree to certain part of what they are saying, but I mean that the entire picture is not true. In the last election, the 2023 election cycles, the leaders that we had, I operated in district number 17, and the leader we had in district number 17, who unfortunately have left the party, was a member of the community. People knew him in his community in district 17. But we still have work to do. We are currently recruiting. As our leaders move from county to county, we are district to district, counties to countries. We are recruiting people who are part of that community. So if you are in your community this morning, you are listening to me, you're thinking, I really love the Alternative National Congress. I really love what Mr. Cummings is saying. I really want to be a part of it. You can start by being a part of it by gathering your neighbors, right? Talking to your neighbors about this, calling us. We'll come in there. We do not have unlimited resources, as many may want to think, but we can come in there to encourage you to work along with you. Ali is ready to get on the road with you. Desmond is ready to get on the road. Sinesi is ready to get on the road with you to have these conversations. We are open to that. But if you feel that you cannot feel ANC in your community and you feel ANC in yourself, I'm giving you this opportunity, my dear brother and sister, to pick up that gavel of change. Change starts with us. It does not start with someone else. It starts with you. If you want change in your home, in your community, in your society, it starts with you. You have to make that decision that this is my change. This is who I want. You have to wake that fire in you. And yes, we will come to support you. We may not come as fast as you want to. You see, Monier, there's a group. Currently, I think they are in district number 13 and district number 14. They have started their extensive cleanup campaign. We did not have to call them as a party to do that. There was a gentleman who woke up in the morning and decided and strongly believed that he must support the brand of Mr. Alexander Cummings. And one of the best ways he felt he could do that was to put the youth together to start a major cleanup campaign. I think they are having a program on this Saturday. The political leaders should have been there, but he's out of the country right now, returning on Monday. He was last week. They had a program, right? But the political leader returned to the country on Monday, so he could not attend that event to support this group. But you can start something where you are. You can operate within. You can change things. Many of us grew up reading things, and we decided to be part of the process of change. When we were young, we supported a change in our country. Some of us were beaten in the university because we believed that we needed to change things, but leadership felt that no, we cannot allow this fire in these young people to go. So I was put in prison by the government of President Samuel Kayando while I was at the William V.S. Tubman College of Technology, flogged for 7 days, because of the belief we had within us that something must change in Liberia. And if you are listening to my voice this morning and you believe that something should and must change in Liberia, change starts from you. Wake up that energy within you. Do not allow the slowness of the political party reaching to you to be the one that will stop you from doing what you want to do in your community. Start galvanizing people. Start talking to your neighbors. Start talking to your children. Go to the high school. In fact, Monier, yesterday we started the ANC chapter at the Stella Maris Polytechnic. And that chapter is vibrant. At the chat they had just yesterday when they call people, they call students together, they have 34 persons at the end of the day in the chat room at Stella Maris. That's why we are building right now. We are building those small community cells and brand. And I'm encouraging you this morning, wherever you are in Liberia, wherever you are listening to my voice, start that cell in your community. And once you start that cell, send a message to Aliu, send a message to Senesi, send a message to Desmond. There are young people like you who will come in your community to help you galvanize and energize your people. Send to Tony Famule. He's a very young man too. We have a lot of young people who have been in the soil now coming into leading this political party. They will understand you. Tony led our campaign in Cape Mount County when we're part of the CPP, and we won a senatorial election in our county. So he knows the ground, he knows the community. Reach out to these folks, or go to the party headquarters. Every Friday at the party headquarters, the youth gather there. Go to the party headquarters, introduce yourself, tell them the community you're coming from and what your intention, your plan is. We are going to work with you with what you have. Let this change begin with you, and I encourage you to be part of this change.
Okay, thank you. And we'll go straight into our thing. But before we get there, I want to inform our audience that Mr. Cummings will be on the same station on March 1st. There's a new program called the LIB TV Radio. It's a radio talk show, and Mr. Cummings will appear on this station. And on March 8th, Mr. Cummings and myself will be on this station again. So we are doing everything. I want to make this clear. This is not a paid program by ANC. And also I'm sending an invitation to all the names that Dr. George just called you from the ANC, the youth leader. He was on the show the other day. And Tony, you are welcome to join me anytime. And if you have an independent mind, you're in your community leader, you got it right anytime to join me. So my name is Munel Kishen again, and I got with me and Emmanuel George, the chairman of ANC Diaspora, ANC USA, or what I would call it, but he's the big man in Liberia. But man, I know the post say you on salary, because to be a chairman in America, maybe the post paying you. Yes or no? You on salary with the ANC?
No, being a leader of the ANC is a voluntary work. We don't get paid. My primary duty here is to raise funds to support the party in Liberia.
And also, you're the senior liberal. So what are you like? You're the senior liberal of the group in Liberia, in America. Yeah. Okay, let's go, Mr. Joy. If I will ask you, for those of you who listen, when we open the phone line, the question here: if we collaborate, if there's a collaboration, who you think in your own mind we should make the chairman? Well, let me ask you, George. You think we must collaborate? If ANC want to win, we should collaborate with some party. We're not saying now, because we know what happened with the CPP. When snake bites you, you got to be very careful, because when you see war, you're worried. But come 2027, 28, no one party, according to our history, have won the election straight. Even the guys with the bigger numbers, they still need somebody. So now we're talking about collaboration. You got the CDC, you got the CMC, you got ANC, you got other political parties. Do you think that it's necessary for us to collaborate?
Well, Moni, I like the way you started it, because currently, and I'll be very clear and very frank and very bold to all Liberians listening to me. Currently, yes, we think about collaboration, but it's not a major thing on our mind as a political party. Look, as I said, in 2018, and I will give this history. Many don't know. You can go and speak to Bweka Fofana. And Bweka Fofana is at Nuka. In 2018, when the young people of our nation were frustrated with the election of the CDC government, and they needed a political party to take the lead, to bring all opposition groups together, every political party, with the exception of the Alternative National Congress, rebuffed the youth. It was Mr. Alexander Benedict Cummings that sat down with these youth and encouraged them to work together. He supported them. So the whole collaborating political party that we had, the CPP support, started with Mr. Alexander Benedict Cummings seeing the vision of the youth in Liberia and believing that this should happen. So therefore, we went all out. The ANC as an entity, stopped working and went out to put together these various political parties, the collaborating political party we form at the end of the day. That was something we knew that the Liberian people who get the best out of, and we supported it with all our might. You also saw the experience with all the elections that took place in Liberia during the the CDC government. You saw that under the leadership of Mr. Alexander Benedict Cummings, the CPP won at least 40 to 45% of the elections, and those other candidates who won the election were mostly independent, who were members of the CPP, but because they did not win primary, or the party did not win independent. For example, the lady in Babulu County.
Yeah.
So you could see from that experience what happened. But some of these people too were not honest, like Simeon Taylor in Cape Mount County. He won on a CPP ticket, and within 3 months, he flipped, he somersaulted and became member of the CDC and began to support the CDC. So experience is a great teacher. And one of the things we learned from our trust and our full support of the CPP is that for you to enter a collaboration, you have to make sure that those who you are collaborating are honest people. Can you imagine, after we won the senatorial election, about 45%, when the Liberian people were clamoring and hailing the CPP, when the Liberian people were out in the street for the CPP, when the political leaders seemed to be together, what happened next? We had a backstabbing that started with the ALP, the political leader of the ALP, supported by the Unity Party, with President Joseph Boyka going into court against Mr. Alexander Benedict Cummings. It only took a serious research by the wife of the former Prime Minister of the United Kingdom, for the Liberian government to realize that, wow, this was a faulty case, and for the government to remove the case from court. But within that time, there have been substantial damage because the ANC brand was all into this CPP arrangement. So coming to your question, yes, collaboration is good. But we as the Alternative National Congress, we are going to develop our party. We are going to lift up our party. We are going to go out there and recruit on behalf of our party. And perhaps when it comes to 2028, 2029, we will start thinking about collaboration, because no one party have won the election. But we have to do the work first. We have to go out there. We have to recruit. We have to develop our party. We have to sell our brand. We have to engage the community before we can think about collaboration. And when we think about collaboration, we'll be looking for those who have like minds, people, political parties, leaders who are honest, who have proven track record of keeping to their words over the period of time. And that's what we will be looking for. But at the moment now, I'm asking all members of the ANC, put your heads up high, go into your community, go from house to house, doors to doors, rooms to rooms, recruit people, introduce them to the Alternative National Congress, do it in schools, go to high schools, form cells in high schools, go to colleges, community college and university, start to form cells over there, the ANC cell, and you will have the support from the party. And then once we come to 2028, 2029, we'll start to have a serious thought, a serious thing about collaboration.
Okay, go from door to door, do the dual witness thing. He's trying to say that let everybody go out there, let us wet our feet, let us do the work. Maybe come 2028, 2029, we'll start talking about collaboration. And you know, they have this thing where everybody, and that's what happened in the CPP. I got the numbers. Yeah, you got the numbers, but you have a leader. Now, it's, those days where they had IE and Barrow, you had got a black star from Kikiya. They were in the first division team. And you got Kevin Sibwe, who, before you play for national team, you got to play for either IE or Barrow. But Kevin Sibwe was blessed to play on the national team as the Mayfield general and went throughout and refused to join IE and Barrow. So when I look at the ANC, yes, ANC is a small political party, but you got something that the other people don't have. You got this guy they call Alexander Cummings with the vision, who continued to explain, continued to go around to all the counties. You said it all. He's the only guy that visited 73 districts. He alone. So what are you thinking? Whether we come together today You think CDC will look at us and say, okay, you know what? Maybe I'm going to fight for the second spot because I think it's time for us to try Alexander Cummings. And if you ask me, I will tell you, I'm going to take Alexander Cummings to head a coalition. And I think that would be a perfect thing. If I ask you the same question, I know people say, oh, they better ANC man. He's going to say, but we'll open the phone line and then we'll listen to the other people. So if I ask you now, who you think should head the coalition this time around?
Mania, when we get to that breach, we have that conversation. But let's look at the country. Let's look at numbers, right? Because I like to share numbers with people. My friend said I like the data business. In the 2023 election, the first round of the election, 522,000 Liberians did not vote. Yeah. So all these groups that say we have the numbers, the question that they have to answer is what was the reason of 522,000 registered voters?
Good.
The 2023 election, why they didn't vote in the first round of the election. That's a number that we have to tap into. That's a number we can work up to. So yes, when we say we are about 17.7% based on the recent survey that I've been having on different networks, and we are number 3, the work is still there because there are 522,000 undecided votes. About 78% or thereabout did not vote in the first round of the election. But Monia, when we got to the second round of the election, there where the math become very, very serious. In the second round of the election, over 800,000 Liberians did not vote. That means after about 300 or over 200 something thousand people joined the 500,000 people in the second round of the election, and they decided, I'm not going to vote. So there are 800 and how they call it. So in the first round of the election, so we are won by 800 and something thousand votes. So what it means that this 837,000 that did not vote in the second round of the election, they are sitting there, and if we do our work to reach out to these people, we will have the numbers to take us not only to the first round of the election, but may even take us to win the election, because it's 837,000 people. But also, you should also imagine the young people, and that's why we like talking to the youth. If you are 16 years old now, if you are 15 years old now,
15 years old, you'll be able to vote.
Years or in the next 6 years, you will be eligible to vote. Look at where you are right now. Look at your mothers. Look at your fathers. Look at your grandfathers. Are they working to bring enough money home? Can you even pay your school fees? And you have to depend on other people to send you money to pay your school fees. If that is your position right now, that's when you should be thinking about Mr. Alexander Benedict Cummings. Imagine 100,000 new jobs every year. Now, recently, the Unity Party told us they created 70,000 jobs. When our friend Mo Ali came to tell her about the job, he said the Pepe Kala people, those people are parties. That's not the number we're talking about. We're talking about bringing investors in the country that will be able to that will help us to create this opportunity of having jobs that can take people home. Not only that, Mr. Cummings and the ANC is saying that not only are we providing 100,000 jobs, we are providing jobs that will give you the minimum income of $400 a month. Quite recently, when President Bweka was in Foya, the mayor of Foya told them in their face that his salary per month
65.
Yeah, can you imagine that? How that make
okay, Daniel George, let me hold you there. Let's see, I join you. So technically, the people that brought UP to power, less than 900,000 people that brought UP to power, not even a million. So we still got a lot of numbers out there. But anyway, I want to welcome my friend and brother Julius, Lofa Julius. So the show, how are you, Lofa? My man, thank you. I dragged you out this morning. You even drink coffee, you don't do nothing. That's a good thing. And your own, I know what to do about you because you are in Liberia the other day. I thought you went for vacation. But you go all in the people contest, you go in this place and go in that, but that's a good thing we're supposed to do. Like Mr. George, when he go there, he put a key bear on, he added one young boy. But Liberian people, that's how we work. Let me tell you, in this country, you listen to us right now, I'm telling you straight talk. When we finish with this show, everybody on their way. It's not an easy thing. And we will be talking about collaboration, Josh and Julius. The question is that you think we should collaborate, but give me your chest. Less than 1 minute opening and then I will still hold Mr. George, and we'll come back to that whole collaboration. But we'll open the line and hear from the people, because I love to hear from the people. So we have gone 40 minutes so far. We are here for 1 hour, 30 minutes.
Okay. Thanks, Monet. Good morning, Dr. George. And Monet, thank you for being on here. I was following the show, actually, like you rightfully said, you dragged me out of my bed this morning. And normally, for the past couple of days, I just been waking up and listening to you. Like Monet, you ain't gave me on there, but today I was constrained to come on because of some of the questions you've been posted on Mr. George. And the role that he's playing, I think it's very important that some of these questions are answered for the public so that they are aware of the next step moving forward as a one percenter, what the people expect from them. So great to be on. As we go on, I have a few questions for Dr. George. So definitely will chime in on there. But good morning, Liberia. Good morning. This is a perfect opportunity for true transformation and be a part of the process.
Okay, thank you. So you think we should collaborate? There should be a collaboration between all the opposition political parties if we want to win 2029?
Well, first of all, Monet, let's start off by acknowledging the fact that it's almost impossible for any single political party to win an election in Liberia. We must first start with the unity. All right, the opposition bloc must unite, but they must actually test their strength. I don't think any political party at this point should sit and rely on the opportunity to collaborate. I think, first of all, you should come to the table with some strength. For Mr. Cummings, to be honest with you, he has a lot of things working in his favor right now. Mr. Cummings is Mr. Clean Hands. Mr. Cummings is the only politician right now who understands the economy and brings with him not just the theory, but a practical understanding as to how to apply it. All right. The implementation, something that is heavily lacking. Mr. Cummings comes to the table again with the experience of previous election, regardless of where he found himself. So all he needs to do now is rally his base and come to the table. But based on previous experience from what transpired with the Unity Party, I would say it's too early to start talking about collaboration, but it is definitely the time to speak on opposition unity. And then as we progress, maybe 2027, then we can start discussing the possibility of collaboration, because at that time, you already know your strength. But right now, talking about collaboration, I think you're weakening your base because they will want to wait around, like that guy in the office who just willing to just take the minimum and other people take the vast majority of the burden. Then he also rewarded for, everything else. I don't think it's the right time. Let the ANC work. And when the time comes, all of the tokens will fall in place.
That's good. So let everybody do the job. There's a room for collaboration. When we get to that bridge, we'll cross it. At the end of the day, yes. And another thing I would like to ask, because it's the same numbers, and we all know, and I told the Liberian people yesterday that everybody, the Liberians, quick to say, let John Brown go with Peter, let Peter go with John Brown, but we notice the leader themselves. If I want George to go as my vice chair, I was supposed to speak to George directly, but instead, my supporter or George's supporter will be saying it. Why should George come to me? Nobody vote for vice president. Why should George go, oh, hello, Mr. Kishe, can I go as a vice president? Nobody does that. So this time around, the leader will have to speak. But you have something to say, George, so I can open the lines, and then we'll go back to Julius, and then before I open the lines, and ask the Liberian people, if we have a collaboration today, who we should carry as the standard bearer.
Yeah, I'll just emphasize the point that Lofa Julius made. Unity of the opposition is important, and we have been having those conversations, sometimes collaborating on some issues in Liberia, especially when we have to speak with one voice, like the situation, what happened at Stan headquarters. You will see the press release came from all the opposition political parties came together and brought out a press release Yes, we have to unite as opposition because that's that position we find ourselves. But collaboration is a great word, and we believe that we're going to take our time walking into this time around. I mean, as you said before, when snake bite
you very definitely see warm
they rope everything, you start to run away from it, right?
Yeah.
But we need to build our first priority right now is to build our party. There's this wonderful thing I like, and I love to share anytime I speak to this issue. When you get on an airline, before the airline pick up, the air hostess have this wonderful thing to say. They say, in a case of emergency, an oxygen mask is going to drop. You have to pick up that mask and put it on yourself first. Make sure you are alive, you breathe it before you start to bring other people on the ship. And that's what we have to do at the Alternative National Congress. We have to make sure that our party is vibrant, is alive, is breathing. The Liberian people are feeling, as you said, they are not feeling us. The Liberian people are feeling us. They are understanding us. They're getting this message. 2 great messages we've been sending out this year. 1, 100,000 job every year, 600,000 job by the end of our first term. 2, we're going to be encouraging and bringing investors into this country, because we know that if we have to wait for the Joseph Boakai government to do this, it's not going to happen. So we're going to engage in that. So and it's an honest engagement. Quite recently, I received a call from a Liberian in Maryland, the state of Maryland, here in the United States of America. We spoke for several times, and he showed how investors are eager. So we have the ideas of what we're going to do in this direction, and definitely our political leader is going to take lead of it. And we're going to show the Liberian people that, yes, this government we have is very inept. They have no ideas how to bring investors in the country, even though they are managing the resources.
Thank you. Lofa, you want to add something? You want to talk to your people before I open the line?
Actually, I have a question. Probably Dr. George probably already answered this, but let me just ask him a question. And it's often said, don't go to church late and try to raise the song for the choir. But let me ask this question, Dr. George. We talk about work, and the level of work that the ANC needs to do. Thus far, folks are still saying we are not filling the ANC. How are you guys actually addressing this issue of ANC presence in the various communities, and as far as incorporating the youth, the young folk population? 65% of Liberia population, I believe, correct me if I'm wrong, is the youthful population. Now, ANC approach, how are you guys actually engaging these young people so that they understand and believe that they own the institution, they own the party ANC, and it is upon them that you would take home a victory come 2029?
Yes, thank you so much for that question. Again, yes, you are very right with the analogy of coming to the church and raising the soul, right? But we attempted to answer that question, and I'm waiting to answer it. One of the things we have been blessed with as a political party is that I think we have the best youth leader in a Liberian political circle. A young man that has a lot of energy, Aliyu. And when I was in Monrovia, before we went for convention in October, we went to the intellectual center on Kear Street. We supported a political leader going out there. And there we saw the issue with the issue of the drugs crisis in the country. But Aliyu rallied that group. He was able to bring out the youth for that meeting, and then we continued to do some streets approach with the youth. He has been visiting the districts in Liberia, energizing the youth in those areas, empowering them to move out and start recruiting in the various districts. So our youth leadership has been working. In fact, he was in Maryland County, I think in November or so. And on the way to Maryland, he stopped in the various counties trying to energize those youth. That's the first part of going to the community districts. Yesterday, or day before yesterday, we started developing youth cells. We started the cell at Stella Maris Polytechnic, where Ali and his team went in there and started a new group of the ANC supporter there. When the women's leader was in Liberia, the ANC USA Diaspora USA women leader Patricia Conte Morgan was in Liberia. She started a group at the University of Liberia, a youth group at the University of Liberia, that we are working with. Now, there are other youth in the communities. There's a youth group that started in, I think, district 13 or 14. And that group last weekend had started a series of programs in a district that is being supported by one of our leaders here in the USA. So we are gradually working with the group, with the youth. But it's going to take a while. We just recently put in the vice chair for mobilization, Mr. Tony Famule from Grand Cape Mount County, a very young and dynamic gentleman, being in the vineyard. He has come in there. So we have a youthful youth leader. We have a youthful vice chair of mobilization, and then we have a youthful secretary general. And we are now using them, moving them into the counties, but all these things takes money, and that's why ANC USA Diaspora will soon be launching a $1 million fund drive, because we need to support all this movement. We need to have motorbikes on the ground. We need to have things on the ground to help these different groups move from place to place, and we will be working in that direction. But I agree with you, Julius. It has been kind of slow in picking up, but what have happened recently have given me, the last time when Spoon did the survey and you see the number of calls that was coming from Liberia, it was not supporting Mr. Cummings. It was not under the certain, because this have been months of work on the ground. So we had a lot of people. In fact, there was a lot of ANC people who were calling my phone in order to be on Spoon that evening, calling from Liberia, calling in the diaspora, who were calling to be part of it because they felt that they wanted to vote that day, and was very encouraging. That's why we came from that survey extremely happy, extremely excited that gradually the brand is going, and we continue to do the hard work to keep pushing the brand forward.
Thank you.
Okay, y'all hear that? The people in America, and you see, so people always say that if they leave with the ANC in America, Mr. Cummings win the election because the guys can work, they raise the money. But in Liberia, they say it's different. And the people in Liberia don't have the money to move around. Okay, let's open the phone line. Let's hear from you as usual. And for those of you who called me on Sunday, don't forget, please, you're calling this number over and over. I promise you a data. The money is not just, the money is there, but to send the money to you, please, I understand now. I say Sunday. I promise you, even though I'm going to promise you, sir, you're just calling all day and fighting with the point in the station there. But anyway, Josh, please open the lines. Let's hear from the people. Josh, come, man. Talk. We can't hear you, Josh. You mute. Unmute yourself.
Okay, so folks, wherever you are, you just listen to the program, The Independent Minds for Better Liberia on Kear Radio 95.9. The numbers to call and be a part on the show this morning, 0777-959-959, 0881-871-670, 0777-959-959, and 0881-871-670, the Lone Star number in the orange, 0777-959-959. No calls yet from my end, General. Once call coming, I will let you guys know.
Okay, so once call coming, let us know. So, Julius, I want you to talk to the young people because we got to encourage them. When you look at our population today, is very young. Right. Person who were born in 1998, I think they're about 27 years old right now, if you look at our population. Some of them don't even know Charles Taylor. Some of them don't even know George Weah, but they all follow. Now we got to talk to them. We say the old politicians fail us. Well, what are we doing now? These groups, what are some of the things we need to do as independent minds? We need to talk to our people. We need to, especially the youth. What are some of the things that you think we need to do? You just from Liberia, Mr. George was there the other day, but you just came recently. I saw you all the way in Nima County. And what's your take on the whole Liberia issue? What we really need to do to change our voters to say, yes, this is what we need to do as citizens?
You know, Monet, Dr. George alluded to something very important. And when I sat with Mr. Cummings, as a matter of fact, that was one of the things that he even pushed himself. He said, the young people are there. Why it is true that this government right now, I did not support this government, but I sat and looked at the climate. I often say to young people,
You can hear him. You.
Lofa, you're
sorry, I was
muted.
muted. Sorry, I was
Okay.
muted. I kind of muted
Okay.
myself.
Yeah.
Okay. And let me just reiterate. The question of the young youthful population.
What's going on, my man? I think you hitting your mic. I know. I hope that mic that got a button on top of it.
The studio is actually muting me. Something like that. Can you guys hear me?
Yes, we can hear you now, but for some reason.
Oh, we'll see. We'll see. Hopefully, I don't touch anything again. You know, when I talk, I'm like Mr. Cummings. When we talk, we the hands.
Your hands all over the place.
No, but honestly, the issue of the youthful population, it is very important to actually move this entire wave to the next level. But one thing we cannot forget, we cannot take out of this entire proportion is the fact that these young people need to be empowered. I said this before, and I'll say it again. I supported Mr. Cummings and definitely support Mr. Cummings again for the presidency come 2029. But Liberia is not the trees and the land. Liberia is the people. If we want Mr. Cummings to lead, he will lead the people. Until then, we can't say simply because Joseph Boyka is in office, so we will not do what we're supposed to do because we want them to fail. Mr. Cummings always say, if the government succeed, I succeed because it will make my job a little bit easier. So what we have started to do is go out there and engage investors. Like you said, you saw me in Liberia. Yes, I took out there opportunities for young people. This organization has agreed to now come to Liberia. Young people will be empowered. And of course, there will the opportunity for the independence. They will not have independent mind. If this young man is working, he can afford his own low $300-400 a month. He will no longer be in any politician's pocket. He can now independently make his decision to support himself. But
okay, Joe, so I think we got calls.
All right, if you got a call, let's take the call.
Oh, we just lost that caller there, but General, I keep saying we have called. So to the
but you got to talk. You unmuting you muting yourself. I don't know.
Good morning.
I put you on.
Yeah, good morning.
Yes, my brother. Your name, where you calling from?
I'm from District 17. So you probably eating all my query.
Okay,
I said thank you for the topic on discussion. Yes, as it relates to our politics, we understand our politics is different from the Western politics from other countries, right? We are that type of sentiment. When we say we for you for reasons. And for me, not being that traditional politician, right? For me, needs a lot of work to do. You talk about self, right? That thing you're talking about, structure, and I joke. You're joking. Because when you say structure, I've not seen any ANC structure in District 17. There you see one person in the city like this. No, it's not how political structure should be. Right? It's not how political structure should be. So, Kumi is not a bad person. Kumi has a lot of work to do. Kumi need to go around those people who understand, right, the intricacies of politics that can go to the people, that can convince the people, that live with the people, that people know that only men were to the other party, but you see the men here, you know, something good. See that the people need to get around. Not people who against the SCBD both. No. Right? These are the things. So Kumi can have a lot of work to do. But Kumi should not just believe himself that he will just live on the blue sky and just win elections. Kumi should have followed the path. Politics have a path, right? From this era to another end. From this end to another end. Let the people understand the leadership. Let the people feel They could see you as a leader. Oh, but they made the man with the man who goes and do this thing. How politics is. Women should not just relax. Women need to work. Women need to come up from his sleep.
Okay, can I ask you a question there, please? Hello? Hello? Hello, can you hear me?
Yeah, I hear you.
Okay, thank you. You said it all, and that's true. But if I ask you a question, you think that we need to try someone new 2029? Because we've been 20 years now, CDC, UP. You think we need new face now, new leadership, 2029?
Yes, hello, yeah, we need new person. Right? But as I told you, Kumi used to be my second alternative. If the person I thought was not there, Kumi should have been. And when I tried about Kumi first, I was happy. But that's what Kumi took. Today the problem I was on the Kumi who was in the parliament. Because the party was dead and gone.
Okay, so what Mr. Cummings did? What he did?
Okay, there's a collaboration with the United Party. For United Party to lie. He financed United Party. Right? He brought it to life today. Something going through. We're going through it. So Kumi need to work. Kumi need to be wise. Kumi need to come on. Kumi is an educated person. You shouldn't allow it. Look at the old man go down using. Yeah. Okay. All the money on him and they dashing.
We will make it right. We will make it right, and we want you to be
right. You have to go to the people. You have to take people who understand the intricacies, who understand the dynamics, who understand the people who the people trust. Thank you.
And you also believe that Mr. Cummings can make a good president.
He gone off.
Okay. Well, you hear what the man said. Mr. Cummings is the one who caused the problem. Collaboration, we put it on one person. We think that one man alone make the decision.
Let me guess what you did, General. Good morning.
Yeah, but George, good morning to you.
Good morning, brother. Your name and where you calling from?
I'm Mohammed M. Kanan Chion. I speak from the 16th on the Brazil Island.
Welcome to the program.
Yeah, thank you, brother George.
What's up, Mohammed?
If you want to the general or put it in from the general and the panelists on the diaspora angle. Okay, I'm a physically impaired person. I spoke on the platform for the content. For me, like you guys were saying, I think the ANC, I think they need to, the ANC, the team, they need to come together. Like you were asking the coding questions, whether they need a collaboration with other opposition parties. I want to say yes, yes, to your answer. But I think they need to come together. It's a time that they need to start building the momentum to come together as a one collaboration party. Okay? Because what we have in the rural country, even within one rural country, the 17 districts, to see the ANC of full leadership, that your structure to be built, some of we're not really seeing this, that. Very honest. And even most of the officers then from the federal districts within the 17th district in most of the country or in the other countries, we're not seeing to be happening. And what we saw, we'd like to appeal to Mr. Alexander Benedict Cummings who want to come along with the team or you guys from the diaspora and go. People that we are physically challenged as a different groupings within Liberia. I think the ANC needs to even get to most of the visually impaired community or the disabled community or to see how best to even include or even on some of their community, okay? Because if you look at the disabled community within Liberia, I think we are even 30 to 40%, okay? So I think when the disabled community can be targeted, and then definitely, I think the ANC is going to make some headway. Yes.
Okay, so, Mohammed, if I can ask you.
Thank you.
Okay,
Mohammed, you hear me?
Mohammed?
I'm there with you, General.
Okay, yeah. Mohammed, who you voted for last election? Which of the parties you voted for?
On the platform and the one time. I the one was saying that I'm a different person that
Oh yeah, Mohammed
I
Khan.
voted for the
Yeah.
government, and I said that the way things was going, the way in which some of us been treated, even for some of us to even afford to even pay our own rent for our own house rent money is not easy. Okay, with the student
Yes.
they will come to us, to interview us, our own government officials, and then they will rescue us on the news, and then they can come to us to even rescue us. I don't know what, I don't know where the CDB take the need for or your party take the need for us to come and rescue. Because if someone cannot be rescued to even help or to even rescue our to even work tears or blood from our to pay our rented money, then you think for me, I don't think this needs to be with me on the party to say they are rescuer. To be on there. Yeah.
So if I will ask you now, since we need a change, we need to choose new person, who you think 2029, who should get changed to 2029?
For me, I think the both parties, the CDC or the Unity Party, I don't think they have to be re-elected come 2029. To be so honest. Yeah.
So if we ask you now and be honest and speak like a picture, who you think we should try next?
Well, I think there should be a new where the people should try the ANC political leader. Let can we only analysis to see whether you're going to be transparent or whether you want to be transparent. Then it left with him with consciousness. Yes. If
All
it be good, then it's up to him. Definitely.
Okay, Mohammed. Mohammed, the Kear Foundation has not forgetting about you yet. Started working on something for you, yeah?
You go off.
Okay. All right. Julius, you hear what Mohammed said? He talked to me the other day. He said, even Noah Zawu Gibson, since they gave him a job to come back, he can't get another job.
Do you know what? Let me just hold you there.
I think you got another caller.
Good morning.
Good morning. Good morning. How do you do?
We're doing good, my brother. Your name and where you calling from?
Yeah, thanks to Kear. My name is Abraham Carr, the visual impaired individual who called before last Sunday on the show, on the nighttime show. On Sunday,
Yeah. I remember that name.
So I want to appreciate you so much for the discussion, but as I said it last time, if you know, ANC as a political party, you know, will win election comes 2029, I think what I said it last time needs to be taken into consideration. You have to incorporate the civil wing, you know, that will now start pushing the agenda of this, you know, incoming president. We don't have to wait until 2029. So I just a reminder to you people. Because since then I haven't gotten any call from you people, so I decided.
You're here from us. I know you're one of the caller on Sunday. I seen looking at the names there. So your data, you get it.
On Sunday, my number was not taken. On Sunday, after I called him, but my number was not taken.
George, please take that man number, yeah, because I think he said yes. You're right. Take his number down so we know what to do. Okay, so if I will ask you, we should change in 2029. What do you think we should do 2029? If we bring CDC or UP back to power?
No, I mean, to admit to you, as I say, I haven't voted for Unity Party. I voted for CDC.
So
come around, we have to try, you know, opportunity, and that is why I'm giving you, you know, my perspective on what we need to do now to 2029.
All right. Okay, thank you, Judge. Thank you. And Dr. George, Lufa, you're hearing the report what the people say. Any other calls coming?
Monday, let me be honest with you, right? Sometimes we have to be fair and honest to ourselves. Yeah. I hear people always, most often, we want to shift blames. We're not taking on responsibility. We want to shift blames. I'm not a member of the ANC, but you know what? When I realized that Mr. Alexander Cummings is that person who can take us forward, what we did, we stepped in the gap. I heard Abraham Carr, the visually impaired brother who just got off the phone. I heard him several times, engaged him personally myself. Hello. Okay, and other people. The previous young brother who called and said ANC should get in there. You know within yourself, young man, you know you have what it takes to make this individual, when elected, who will help you in your future. But you say, okay, because ANC have not reached out to you to appoint you as the youth wing leader or the district leader. So you sit back and let your future to just or get thrown away again. I don't think that is a smart thing to do. Look around you. Look at the neighboring countries. Ghanaian young people, they don't wait for people to engage them. They identify a specific person. Look at the young man out there. What's his name? Bobby Wine. You think all of the young people who jump and support Bobby Wine, they waited for him to actually engage them? No, they realize that something is not happening and we must identify that leader who could transform us. So you then start the initiative and then reach out to people and say, look, I know I'm not a member of the ANC like I did. I'm not a member of the ANC, but I reached out to people and said, look, regardless of whether you like it or not, I'm going to fight and I'm going to work to make sure that Mr. Alexander Cummings is elected next. So what I'm going to do to make his work a lot easier, I'm going to reach out to investors and start inviting investors in Liberia. What I'm going to do, I'm going to start empowering young people and speak to them about Mr. Alexander Cummings. I didn't wait for you to reach me. I didn't wait for Dr. George to reach out to me. Not that I reached out to Mr. Cummings either. I started the work and I'm going to continue to do the work. So young people must start to do the same thing and stop shifting blame. Grassroots movement don't start with an individual. It starts in the collaborative effort, and then you present your ideas. It's a lazy form of movement if you just want somebody, or they don't know the intricacy of the movement on ground. If you understand the intricacy of the movement, start making it happen and invite other people to the table. Then you're talking. Don't come and push the blame on somebody else and say, because it's not happening. If that's the case, then we will never move Liberia forward. We will continue to remain victims to the politicians. And that's exactly what the politicians want. They don't want you to move anywhere forward. Thank you, Monet.
Yeah, and before I go to Dr. Josh, and what you just said is true. Liberians, to change Liberia or to move Liberia is not on us alone. You think, look, you're smarter than us, not because we're in America, but we're trying our best. And you in the Liberia, you need to try your best and do everything. Go ahead, go to the line.
Good morning.
Yeah, hello. We all want to try our best, right? Okay, but it is my opinion. Do you know any Desmond Brown who work with Kear Radio?
Yes, we know Desmond Brown.
Okay, he know me directly. He know me. So you can get my number from him. You can talk. But I don't want for that fellow to say, no, how sure are we? Politicians have seen what? We don't get those keep talk over and over. So how sure are we? So if I say that Kumi should come on the ground and pray for a move from area to area, then I do bad. No, I don't do bad. How is supposed to be? How sure are we?
You do bad.
You're going to change that blood to diamond. Are we changed now? Are we seeing anything that prosper that this country will change to diamond? How politicians speak? They got sweet mind. They got sweet mouth. So, my brother, it's my opinion. So if you don't like it, that's it. So
no. Listen. You can hear me there?
I'm listening to you.
Okay, he's not trying to put the blame on you, but at the same time, because the way the other politicians treated us, that is why we feel that when we see the good ones, we're scared to talk to them. But if you're in a car and you have an accident, you're driving, going from Looking Town to Broad Street, boop, you get in an accident. If they bring ambulance, you're not getting ambulance, you are getting ambulance. Not because one bad politician mess it up, that means they get good Liberians. They get other good politicians. But we need to ask the question, Mr. Cummings, the only guy, when you go to NEC, you will see the record there. The only Liberian politician who went to 73 district by himself, talk to people. He on radio every day, but we still acting like, and to be, you know what surprised me is that the people got to do it. Now one man, Mr. Cummings, cannot share himself all over the place. But yes, you got to stay here. I agree with you. What you saying is true.
We have four people in terms of leadership, in terms of structure.
Yeah.
You say y'all got structure over district everything. The only got one person with everything. Is that structure? No.
And you know, you said something. Listen, you said something. You said something very important.
Your leadership into block and sell into.
Yes, I agree.
Right?
I agree with you. I agree with you. But you said something. You said something when you were talking. You said, you know, in Liberia, we vote on love. Either they like you or they love you. That's how the people can do the thing. So ANC need to get the people all over. I agree with you. Like President we love him. He played football. We stopped there. Oh, they say he came to help during the disarmament. We brought President Boaka, we say, hey man, the old man treated the paper bar. The paper been there for 49 years. You see there? But they got other good people, even right in your community there. You got Simeon Fremont, who got or DSTV. He created jobs. He got plenty of people working for him, but still he can't even win. You got Bernard Euro, who got the biggest company. He still can't win. Oscar Cooper got a big farm. He can't win. And, but we all know Ellis Cummings speaks the truth. And we all need to ask that question. How can you create jobs? How can you fix our educational system? We need to ask the politician, but we don't ask them. We start voting for law.
Yeah,
so please, you're right. You are right.
Number
we'll go together.
Desmond Brown. Right,
okay. I will get your number from Desmond. I will take your number from Desmond.
We can talk. Yeah, thank you.
I will take your number from Desmond. Okay. And people call in, Josh.
No call yet.
Okay. Dr. George, come in.
Yeah, I think what the gentleman misunderstood about Julia's point is that for us to build and develop Liberia, it have to be personal. You have to take it personal. You have to know that this thing is affecting me and I have to change it.
Yeah.
And even if there is no structure on ground, because you took it personal, you start to develop the structure that you need for this change to take place. And that's what we're talking about. One thing about us Liberians, and that's a gift God have given us. We know the solution to all the problems, but we don't want to be the solution to the problems. We can build lovely towers, beautiful things in our mind when we speak. But if you ask and say, can you do that? Then we start to give excuses. So that's what I'm talking to everyone in Liberia. Look at your situation. Think about yourself. Think about your children's future. And ask yourself the question, who in this political dispensation can bring the change you want in your life? Now, people say politicians have sweet mouth, but politicians also have history. President Boaka has worked in government for more than 42 years. What is the achievement that he did that you elected him president? What investment did he bring in Liberia that you elected him president?
Yeah.
What positive, the places he worked, what positive he did there that you elected him president? Most people will argue and say, oh, he did not have corruption. We did not have this one. But did you check his family? Right now, almost all the contracts that are being given by the Ministry of Education is being given to President Boaka, a nephew. Then you say he's not corrupt. So did you check the track record? The same thing of our friends in the opposition with us. Did you check the track record? What businesses, what that investment as a leadership investment did you see one positive? But when you come to the ANC and come to Mr. Alexander Benedict Cummings, we can share a lot of positive, including companies he have in Liberia that are doing well in Liberia. And he will be honest with you saying that. So those are track record. We can look at this person and say, oh, yes, this person invested in this. This is what happened. This person invested in this. This is what happened. That he's not depending on the Liberian people money in order to move forward. So, yes, politicians will come with sweet mouth, but politicians have track records. And those of us who vote in politics, we vote based on your record, your history, your life. What have you done to improve yourself before you can improve a nation of over 5 million people? So let us start thinking about that as Liberians. This morning, if you are working, what is the minimum salary you're taking home? Can your take-home salary take you home? The last time our youth leader made a very beautiful analysis about salaries in Liberia, how much you have to pay for taxis, how much you have to pay to go to the Kobo shop to eat. How much will remain in your pocket at the end of the day? Let's take this gentleman in Foya that is making $60 a month. He has 3 children. His 3 children have to go to school. The minimum he have to pay for one of those children to school is 1,500 Liberian dollars. By the time he paid the 3 of them school fee, no money. So how will they eat every day? How will they survive? Those are questions we need to ask ourselves. Do we have the resources to do that? Yes. our neighboring country, who are far worse off than us, are doing better than us. If that cannot encourage us to start changing Liberia, I don't know what will encourage us to change Liberia. So, my dear brothers and sisters that are calling, everything you're saying are true. But to change Liberia must start from us, start from you. Please start with your children. Sit with them in your house, win them over to the ANC. Call your next door neighbor, talk to them, win them over to the ANC. Then you now form one cell in District 17. When you finish forming that cell in your community, go to the next community in your district, form another cell. When you form that cell, look at the whole district and form a district cell. When you form that, call the leaders at ANC and tell them, this is what I'm doing because I strongly understand that Liberia must change and change must start from me. This is what I'm doing. So I'm encouraging every one of you, do not wait for the party to come to you. You be the political party. Do not wait for this opportunity to pass you. You take this opportunity because you know that under an Alexander Benedict Cummings administration, corruption will be minimized. You know, under an Alexander Benedict Cummings administration, jobs will be delivered to the Liberian people. And you know,
okay, George, I got a call here. Let someone want to just say something quick. We'll soon be running out of time. And John Mawolo, you got the line.
All right. Good morning, guys. Good morning to
You
the
can hear
Liberian
him?
people.
Yes.
Okay, good.
Good morning to the Liberian people. You know, the Liberian politicians have code words that they use to control the people. They were politician. Mr. Cummings is not a politician. Mr. Cummings is a consummate businessman who got tired of seeing the wrong people leading his country wrong and decided to come and help. He's not a politician. Secondly, Liberian people need to take responsibility for what they do wrong that got them in the condition they're in. This whole liking somebody, loving somebody business don't feed you and don't fix the country. So it's time to start doing something different. You got all the opportunities to check these people's records. You leave all of that and say, I like the person, the person in the neighborhood, that this person time, I know the person long time. It don't bring qualification. What you should be looking for is the person's history. What has this person done for themselves first? And what have they done for the country? Don't let somebody tell you, go find out for yourself. It's all written in black and white. Records are there. If people did something, people said I call Joseph Walker agriculturist. What is one agricultural thing he has done? That you sit there and let people fool you and call him agriculturist because somebody was minister of agriculture, so the agriculturist. The minister job is a political position. It's not a professional position. It was the LPMC. LPMC was a marketing position. It was not an agricultural position. You got to check this thing out for yourself and stop letting people control your mind. This is your life. This is about your children's future. Stop letting people push you around. They have done it for their own benefit. Now it's your time to vote for your benefit. I urge you people to vote for somebody who is able to call businesses into Liberia. And the only person running for president in that country who the international community know. You see, it's good to know somebody, but it's better when the people know you. Mm-hmm. The people who make this world go around, they know that man. And this is why some of us back him. Thirdly, because he got everything to lose if he fails. So he's going to work day and night not to fail. The people know him in the world for being successful. He cannot afford to fail. And you know what happens when he cannot fail? Liberia wins. So you guys got to start looking at it like that. and do the best for your children and your own future. Thank you, guys.
Thank you very much. And that was John Mawolo. He's always in Liberia. He was there during the election. He voted. And so when you hear him talking, don't think that he's one of the everybody up here. We go to Liberia and we do the work. And you want to come in, Lofa, and we almost get in. We got 5 more minutes, Dr. Josh. I want to say thank you again. You can come on the program anytime. And I will just send the link out, like what I usually do to Julius. I think I send a link so that he can just dream and say, oh, body, and send it again. So, and I want someone just called me. I said, well, I send a link. Why are you calling my phone? And Will, I just called Prince. Prince saw anything. He thought he won't call on the phone, but he's watching right now. But you guys can come. Even Anthony, you know the group. You saw the group. The thing is in there. You can come on anytime. Those of you in Liberia, you want to go to the station, just tell the station people that you come in there from Monday to Friday, Saturday and Sunday. Saturday is in the morning, the same time. Sunday is in the evening. So don't forget, March 8th, Mr. Cummings will be on this platform March 8th, and we're asking all the questions. And y'all know when I talk to Mr. Cummings, he don't run away from me, because the thing is, I tell him, say, no. Choose your time. That's why I don't run behind him. Because when we get on it, it will be at least 2 hours row. So, Dr. Josh, give your closing and speak to your people, and then we'll go to Julius, and then from there we'll call our day.
Yeah, Monia, thank you for the invite. Thank you, Julius, for joining us. I want to also thank our listener for being a part of the program. Those who call, thank you for your great ideas. It's well taken. Those of you who are listening to us in your home, I definitely appreciate sharing your morning this morning with you. Look, Liberia can be a better country. I grew up in this country at a time when things were not good, but they were better than it is right now. I'm 54 years old, and this is an opportunity. I'm hoping that my generation, as I change to my kids, they will be able to see a country that at least I experienced when I was growing up. They will see a country where jobs are available so much that no one talks about government every day like they do right now. Mm-hmm. We see so much opportunities that we dream about opportunities. When I was young and I went to Tottenham College, we always look forward to graduating because we knew on the day of graduation we'd be employed, and our first salary would be $950. That was exciting when we were at TC. But look at our country right now. Every year we throw up about 20,000 graduates, and out of the 20,000 graduates, less than 1% will be employed. That's the country we have. So we are creating a country with a lot of illiterate people who we cannot employ, and it's very dangerous for the future of our country, because these people will want to survive and they will have to think. You see, people talk about 419 in Nigeria, but they fail to realize that that's a country that has a population of over 250,000 people. And at a point in time, those 250,000 people, only 1% could get a job. So they were throwing up something like 100,000 graduates for work per year. And what do you think those smart people, young people, decided to do? They created what we call Yahoo, a way to bring income because government was not creating that. So we cannot keep throwing out young, educated people from the university and feel that our country will be better if we cannot give them these opportunities. So this is why we need to think about Mr. Alexander Benedict Cummings. Look, when President Tubman was president of our country, he built Banafé Estate, Ganasville Estate, New Georgia Estate, Matadi Estate, New Matadi Estate, Cabra Estate, 6 estates for low-income people. But in our country today, since 2005, we have not been able to build up to 4 low-income places for our people to stay. And therefore, we see the demolition exercise hurting our people, but yet them still, our government have not created the opportunity for us to have houses to live and place to stay. So please, as you go to bed, as you walk through Monrovia today and go over your day-to-day activities, think the Alternative National Congress and Mr. Alexander Benedict Cummings. You have a wonderful and pleasant day. I look forward to this conversation again. Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. George. Be safe out there. The snow is still around. Okay, let's go to Julius.
So again, great conversation, Monet. Thanks for always being up here and doing the people's job. Thanks to Dr. George again for joining the conversation. But I want to use this opportunity to reach out to the young man who called and asked to have somebody reach out. I want to reach out to you now. Hopefully I can get your contact. Let's work together. Let us not wait for somebody to, dictate our future or your future. Let's put it that way. Let's work together. I was just in the Gardnersville area, in the Chocolate City area. So if you have what it takes to mobilize young people in that area, let's talk. Hit me up, Lofa Julius on Facebook. Come on, let's see how we can start working together. Let's do our own thing outside of the ANC rank and let them see reason to invite us to the table. Look, anywhere in the world, in order for you to be considered as part of a team, your contribution brings you further. Okay, it pushes you as a highlight. So I believe that you can do it. So let's get together. Let's talk about it. And not just you, but every other person. I listened to the brother who also called about, the disabled community. Let's work. I'm open. Lofa, if no one from the ANC is reaching out to you, I'm reaching out to you now. Get with me. Let's talk. The only thing I can tell you, and I'll be upfront about this, I ain't got a dime to give anybody, but I have the opportunity to work with you for us to make it happen together. When we work together, the opportunity will provide itself, and people will support the idea when they feel the work. When we start making sure that we are reaching out to people and people can sense that our presence is being felt. So with that said, again, I want to say, reach out to Lofa. Come on, let's talk. Let's work together. We are not members of ANC, but we are members of Liberia, and we want a better leader for the rest of us all. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much, and guys. And Georgie.
Yeah, General.
Okay, there's no news today, eh?
Yeah.
Okay, so I can stay as long, but you're not gonna leave anyway. But let me just play this one ad before we go. Don't forget, and what is it? Where is it? Georgie, why am I not coming? Okay.
Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, depending on where you are in the world. My name is Alexander Cummings, and I love the independent minds for a better Liberia. And I encourage you to listen on Kear Radio 95.9 FM to be informed, to be challenged, to be provoked, to think about Liberia in a new and different way.
Yeah, okay. And
it's Kear Radio 95.9. Don't touch it, 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 touch it.